Hi friends, good evening. This is Gopal. Today I would like to make a presentation on the revised super top up Medicare policy, which is scheduled to be launched tomorrow, the 1st March of 2022. Now, key features at a glance. What are all the expenses covered under two heads: base cover and optional cover? Under base cover, inpatient hospitalization, daycare treatment, pre and post hospitalization, Ayush, home care treatment, organ donor, road ambulance. Under optional cover, daily cash allowance on hospitalization. Next, cover type. Two types: individual and family floater. For individual, separate sum insured for each insured person and a threshold limit for each insured person. Under family floater basis, sum insured limit and threshold limit is the same and shared by the whole family of the insured. Any person aged between 18 years and 65 years can avail this policy. Who are all uh, uh, who can be covered, who are all eligible to be covered on individual basis, individual sum insured basis: self, spouse, dependent children, parents, and parents-in-law. On family floater basis, self, spouse, and dependent children only would be covered. Eligibility: any person aged between 18 years and 65 years can avail this policy. Dependent children between the age of 91 days and 18 years, provided either or both parents are covered concurrently. Children above 18 years will continue to be covered along with parents till they complete 26 years, provided they are unmarried and unemployed and dependent. Children becoming independent after employment or getting married, a separate policy can be taken on the expiry of the current policy with the continuity of benefits. Upper age limit will not apply to mentally challenged or mentally retarded children. Next, midterm inclusion. You may have a doubt whether any family members can be included after commencement of the policy or not. Yes, they can be covered, but there are certain conditions for allowing for midterm inclusion, and the premium of course are chargeable on pro rata basis. Who are all eligible? Newly married spouse within 60 days of marriage, parents of newly married spouse within 60 days of marriage, newborn baby between the age of 91 days to 180 days, born to mother insured under the policy, or the adopted child between the age of 91 days to 18 years within 60 days of the date of adoption. Four categories: newly married spouse, parents of newly married spouse, newborn baby to the mother 91 days to 180 days, and adopted child, all within this stipulated of 60 days, 91 days to 180 days, 60 days. Midterm, then policy term, annual, 12 months. The period of insurance will be for 12 months. Afterwards, renewable annually. Now, options. Threshold limit starting from 2 lakhs to 25 lakhs. Sum insured limit for 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Option 3 lakhs threshold limit, 357 lakhs. 5 threshold limit, 5 lakhs threshold limit, 5, 10, 15, 20, 45, 70, 95. The maximum sum insured is possible only under threshold limit of 5 lakhs up to 95 lakhs sum insured. 10 lakhs threshold limit, 10, 15, 20, 40, 65, 90 slabs. Then threshold limit 15 lakhs, 35 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 85 lakhs. 20 lakhs threshold limit means 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 55 lakhs, 80 lakhs. Maximum threshold limit 25 lakhs means 25 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 75 lakhs. Next, coverage, two types, base cover and optional cover, as we have seen earlier. Now let us go through the coverage in detail. Base cover, inpatient hospitalization, reasonable and customary charges within the policy period, room boarding, etc. Charges for accommodation ICU and ICCU, note here there is no cap, no limit. The fee charged by the medical practitioner, surgeon, specialist, then the anesthesia diagnostic test. Then dental treatment necessary due to disease or injury. Plastic surgery necessary due to injury or disease. All the daycare treatment and the mental illness cover. Then base cover continues. Pre-hospitalization expenses, post-hospitalization expenses. Pre-hospitalization expenses immediately prior to the hospitalization. Post-hospitalization means immediately after the discharge from the hospitalization. Now let us see the limit linked with the threshold. Less than 10 lakhs threshold, up to 30 days immediately prior to hospitalization, pre-hospitalization. 10 lakhs and above, up to 60 days immediately prior to hospitalization. Post-hospitalization, less than 10 lakhs, up to 60 days immediately after the discharge from the hospital. And 10 lakhs and above threshold limit, up to 90 days immediately after discharge from the hospital. These two expenses are payable only on reimbursement basis, no cashless facility available. Subject to, again note, primary hospitalization claim if accepted, then only these pre-hospitalization, post-hospitalization claims are payable. Related to the same disease, it must be related to the same disease or illness, and the home care treatment also will be deemed as hospitalization. Then Ayush, home care treatment for any epidemic and pandemic. Here three aspects you should remember. Threshold limit in lakhs, individual basis, floater basis in rupees, expenses payable in rupees. Less than 10 lakhs, threshold limit means 15,000 per accident under individual basis. Floater basis 15,000 per accident subject to maximum of 30,000. Then 10 lakhs and above, individual basis 30,000 and floater basis 30,000 per accident subject to maximum of 60,000. Now is it very clear? The note here, 14 days per accident, up to 14 days per accident, active continuous monitoring by medical. For home care treatment, this note is particularly for home care treatment. Please read it and understand. Organ donor, another base cover. Inpatient hospitalization, medical expenses incurred for organ donors, treatment during the policy period for harvesting the organ donated up to the sum assured subject to donation, conforms to the Transplantation of Human Organs Act 1994, the statutory requirements. It must be in accordance with the Human Organs Act 1994. Admissions of inpatient hospitalization under basic cover, certified by the medical practitioner in writing, screening expenses of organ donor, cost associated with acquisition of donors organ expenses related to organ transplantation or preservation, transplant of any organ tissue where the transplant is experimental or investigational, and any other medical treatment or completion in respect of the donor consequent harvesting. Base cover again. Next, 6, road ambulance, per event 2,500 rupees, per policy period rupees 5,000. Then modern treatment methods and advancement in technology, 24 hours minimum hospitalization is not required. Less than 24 hours also will be treated as hospitalization. A, uterine artery embolization and high intensity focused ultrasound, HIFU, up to 20% of sum assured, maximum 2 lakhs per policy period. Balloon sinoplasty up to 10% of sum insured, up to a maximum of 1 lakh per policy period. C. Deep brain stimulation up to 70% of the sum insured, subject to a maximum of 10 lakhs per policy period. Oral chemotherapy up to 20% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 2 lakhs per policy period. Immunotherapy monoclonal antibody to be given as an injection up to 20% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of rupees 2 lakhs per policy period. Intravitreal injection up to 10% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of rupees 1 lakh per policy period. G. Robotic surgeries up to 75% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 10 lakh per policy period. Two types of treatment. The treatment of any disease involving central nervous system irrespective of etiology. 2. Malignancies up to 50% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 5 lakh per policy period. Stereotactic radio surgeries up to 50% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 5 lakhs per policy period. Bronchial thermoplasty up to 30% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 3 lakhs per policy period. Then J. Vaporization of the prostate, green laser treatment, aluminum laser treatment. There are two types of treatment. Vaporization of the prostate up to 30% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 2 lakhs per policy period. K. Intraoperative neuromonitoring ONM, in short, up to 15% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of 1.5 lakhs per policy period. Stem cell therapy, hematopoietic stem cells for bone marrow transplant for hematological conditions to be covered only up to 70% of sum insured, subject to a maximum of rupees 10 lakhs per policy period. See, this advanced technology is subject to limitations. Okay, please note this point. Then optional covers. Now base covers up to base cover all over. Now let us see about the daily cash allowance and optional cover on hospitalization linked to the threshold limit. Less than rupees 5 lakh threshold limit, rupees 500 per day, subject to a maximum of 5,000 per policy period. Threshold limit exactly rupees 5 lakh, rupees 1,000 per day, subject to maximum of 10,000 per day. Above 5 lakhs, 2,000 per day, subject to maximum of 20,000 per policy period. See, 500, 5,000, 1,000, 10,000, 2,000, 20,000. Less than 5 lakhs, exactly 5 lakhs, threshold limit, above 5 lakhs. Aggregate of DCA will not be payable during the policy period, shall not exceed the policy period limit. See, policy period limit is there, per day limit is there. Therefore, the liability under any circumstances shall not exceed the policy period limit, namely 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Not be payable for DCA claims where the hospital is less than 24 hours. See, DCA will not be payable for DCA claims where the hospital is less than 24 hours. A deductible equivalent to excess to DCA for the first 24 hours will be levied on each hospitalization during the policy period. Please note this. Then, what are the policies? Exclusions. We do not cover. The policy wording will be there. We do not cover. That means it falls under exclusions. Waiting period exclusions, permanent exclusions, standard and specific permanent exclusions. Now let us see pre-existing disease exclusion. Waiting period exclusions, expenses related to PED is not payable till the expiry of 48 months of continuous coverage after the date of inception of the first policy. In case of enhancement of sum insured, exclusion shall apply afresh to the extent of sum insured increase. If the insured person is continuously covered without any break under the portability norms, then waiting period for the same would be reduced. Waiting period for same would be reduced to the extent of period. Waiting period would be reduced in the case of portability. Coverage under the policy after the expiry. Portability means from one company to another company to our company, or from our company to another company. This is the condition applicable to our company. The expiry of 48 months for any PED is subject to the same being declared at the time of application and accepted by us. Then exclusions permanent. Standard permanent exclusions: investigation and evaluation, rescue rehabilitation and respite care, obesity or weight control, change of gender treatment, cosmetic or plastic surgery, hazardous or adventure sports, breach of law, excluded providers, treatment alcoholism and drugs, treatment in health hydros, nature cure clinics, spas or similar establishment, refractive error, correction of eyesight, less than 7.5 dioptries is also not payable. Sterility, infertility and maternity, these are all coming under standard permanent exclusions. Next comes specific permanent exclusion: war and allied perils, ionizing radiation, stem cell implantation, congenital external disease, not internal, or defects or anomalies, a routine eye examination, internal self-inflicted injury, attempted suicide treatment other than allopathic, Ayush branches of medicines, RFQMR, rotational field quantum magnetic resonance. Please consult the exact meaning from any of your known doctor. ECP, external counter pulsation. ECP enhances external counter pulsation. Dental treatment other than accidents. Artificial life maintenance, including life support machine. Non-medical expenses. Annexure 1, please refer Annexure 1 of the proposal form. There the details are available. On outpatient treatment, OPD, not paid. Vaccination and inoculation. Then comes a decline list. Please be careful. When you come across any of these list, cardiovascular, cancer, cerebrovascular, respiratory, gastrointestinal, genitourinary, endocrinal, neuropsychiatric, musculoskeleton, all these things, if you come across, then you give the proposal form, get the proposal form, they give it to the operating office, they will escalate to appropriate authorities uh, for approval or rejection. Only after that the underwriting will be done. Please note this important aspect of decline list. Then last but not the least, the advisors are not giving much importance about the completion of the proposal form in a proper manner. Some columns are left blank, some columns are marked dash and all that. It leads to complications at the time of settlement of claim. Therefore, you have to exercise very exercise care in while completing the proposal form. After acceptance of the proposal form and the payment of full premium only, the risk will attach. Obtained pre-health checkup, wherever required pre-health checkup, it is to be obtained within 16 days or not older than 16 days. Within 16 days from the date of commencement of the policy, not older than 30 days. For example, 31st policy commences 31st of March. If you the report dated is 28 February or 1st March, it's not acceptable. Get the portability form from other life, non-life and standalone health insurance companies. Portability form, Annexure C, you refer this Annexure C is attached the proposal form. It is to be obtained duly complete signed by the proposer only in the case of portability. Obtain 2 copies of stamp size photos. Obtain proof of identity. See, before filling up the proposal form, it's better get the Aadhaar details, PAN card, voter's ID, passport, job card of NREGA, signed by the state government officer. With the help of these, if you fill up the proposal form, the information will be very correct and true. Other mandatory details like mobile number, email ID, nominee, and relation to be furnished in the proposal form to be attached to the proposal, to be provided to the underwriting office or operating office. For more clarification and details, approach your operating office concerned or unit manager. While completing proposal, all questions be answered properly in words like yes, no, not. See, most of the questions are there yes or no. There is a small box. You tick whichever is applicable. Tick yes or no, as the case may be, and the answer must be in words. Refer the attached premium sheet. See there are about 6 pages. Um, 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 the premium rate table, both for individual and a floater basis, and for individual, one member, two members, above two members, etc., more than two members. Family discount is there 5%. Online purchase 10% discount. Staff discount for employees or retired employees half unit India 15% discount is there. And the loadings are also there for um, adverse health conditions are excluding statutory levies, etc. But for day cash allowance, daily cash allowance, there is no loading at all. I think you can go through the premium tables. Um, it's handy, very easy for you to quote the premium. Please note the premium table is excluding GST. You add GST as applicable from time to time. Now it is 18%. Please make note of all these important features and do well in the coming month. From tomorrow onwards, I hope that this is enough for you to understand the features of the super top Medicare policy, and I am also equally happy that you could handle any customer in a free manner without any hesitation, because you are thorough with the product knowledge. Thank you. All the best. Good luck.